Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Jai Sharma. I hope you all are good, you all are fine. So today I'll be talking about uh, important topic or important you can say chapter, I guess. So it is ethics. It is very important to know this chapter, know this topic, because in today's world we are living in Kali Yuga as suggested, and we have to be very thorough with this topic for our academic purposes also, but to implement this topic in our real life also. So let's get started. So the word ethics, what does it mean to you? Ethics is something that is interpreted by many of the individuals their own way, and their own moral beliefs, their own virtues, and their we can say their duties as well. So for in not in layman's term, but for specifically when we talk about ethics, ethics is the moral beliefs or the rights of an individual or a group or an organization or a collection of groups, so that who believes in the action, the human action of righteousness or wrongfulness. Okay, so it defines a situation where one can be morally correct or ethically correct. So there is a difference between morally correct and ethically correct. Now let us talk about morals. To know the difference, we just know the difference about what is moral and what is immoral. For my perspective, I think killing something is immoral, I guess. For you, I don't know, but for me, killing somebody is immoral in a general kind of situation. But in the perspective of a policeman, if he is in a situation to kill some terrorist or some groups of creating inviolence, so the morality of that policeman is to kill and encounter the other party, the counterparts. It is morally correct for the individual policeman. So morals are different interpretations of the situations that we are in, and they are also interpretations of the individual that is happening, what is immorally right or immorally wrong. So for a policeman it is right, and for me in normal circumstances it is immoral. Okay, now let us talk about the difference between ethics and moral. Okay, so when we talk about ethics, ethics is universal in nature. For example, one example of ethics is that it is very wrong to commit suicide. Okay, this is ethically wrong, and it is universally accepted, because in normal circumstances, if you are committing suicide, so it is very immorally correct for someone and immorally right for someone. If he is in a situation, when you got into a situation that you can't help out, so you have to take that brutal step, and it's very wrong that way. So this is something that we need to concern about, and so the ethics are universally accepted by all the organizations, except a few things that I'll talk about later. And morals are the things or the beliefs of individuals or organizations, varying upon their capacity of what they inherit in their parents, what they are thinking. Some psychological point of view also come into the moral perspectives. Okay, so these are the difference between morals and ethics. Now I'll give you a situation, a dilemma. For example, if you are going in a train, okay, and you're not having good tickets, and you have to be rushed very soon, and you have to be point out that point when you have to reach. So you have to take some money, but you don't. So in that way, can you be steal some other individual money or not? And it is very important to reach to the destination that you are going. For example, it is someone's life at stake, that situation. So what are you do? Comments in the comment section below, what will you do? Okay, So this is some question. I hope you like it. Now let us talk about. We are reading ethics, and in ethics there are many determinants of ethics, many role plays of ethics, many dimensions of ethics. So when we talk about the importance of ethics, it is very important as a general point of view. It is very important in general life. For example, ethics in individual level, it shapes a person with the dignity, with truthfulness, with having a clear goal, clear set in mind, with the right path, and it saves many lives for being not downtrodden by anyone. Okay, so ethics in individual lives is very very important, as well as in organizations. For example, in businesses, in NGOs play a very big role in ethics, as they're based on ethics only, because when we talk about healthcare centers that are working for free for the patients who are not afford their money in obvious circumstances or obvious situations, so they are doing very ethically right things, and this is ethics is somewhat a utilitarian approach when we come forwards the essence of ethics, because it thinks about the right of the people in any situations, and with following the path of ethics integrity, one can be very assured that she will be a good human and will be the path of humanitarianism that we are living for. Okay, so this is something, the essence of ethics. We talk about just a brief about it, and let us talk about the dimensions of ethics. Okay, so I'm studying one example of that in the dimensions of ethics there are meta ethics, there are normative ethics, there are ethics that are virtues, there are many applied ethics are there. So there are many dimensions of ethics, but we have to read only four of this. Okay, so what are these? Meta ethics, normative ethics, and virtue ethics, applied ethics. Okay, when we talk about meta ethics is somewhat talks about the positive aspects of ethics. It questions about the nature and examination and the determination of ethics itself. What is ethics is all about? It asks the questions like what is morals, what is ethics, how it can be interpreted in individuals, in organizations, is it correct to do this way or do that way, who can be assured of these ethics? These are types of questions that are coming to the ethics parts. Okay, now let us come to normative ethics. When we talk about normative ethics, there are many dimensions in that. When we talk about normative ethics, there are many philosophies and there are many approaches to study the normative ethics. There is deontology, which talks about the duty and the correct path that we take in, irrespective of the consequences that are resulting in that zone. There is deontology and there is teleology. There is no other pathway that we called as mid pathway or the golden rule that is given by the Aristotle. You may all know, and if you don't, just Google it. Okay, so this is the dimensions of normative ethics. So deontology focuses on the path that we have to choose, that it is correct path or not. But in teleology, we have to not concerned about the path we are choosing, is it right or wrong, but we are more concerned about the consequence. What is the result of the action? We have to follow the result, that it is to be right only. It is moreover utilitarian approach is being used in this theological approach. And when we talk about virtues of ethics, so now virtues of ethics, what do you mean by virtues only? So virtues are talks about the situations or the traits that a human being is must do. For example, you are a person of truth and you never lie. So this is your virtue. Virtue being something, that trait that is developed consistently. Okay, it is not that something you are random for it, because you are not lying because of the fear of your parents, grandparents, or police station, and any way possible. But the virtue is that you are not lying because you are an honest person. So this is a virtue only. Okay, now virtues, in when we talk about virtues, there are many types of virtues. For example, honesty, integrity, kindness, and there is intelligence. Intelligence also can be a virtue. It develops, we can develop virtues in our course of action. And there is any virtues that you people have, just comment in the comment section below. Any unique or specular virtues if you are having, so please comment. And for example, my virtue is that I never do any harm to any person, because in the course of action, if I do, I think that this is wrong. In the course of my personal interest also, I can't do anything wrong to anybody, whether it be whether it be making fun of that person or some other things. I remember when I was in my school days, there was some bullies type of girls or bullies type of children that you have to interact with, and these are have something, a trait in them. These are their virtues, because virtues are not always positive, they are negative also. So when we talk about the virtues, some people have the virtues of being bully someone, and have they are happy by doing so. So the bullies person or the girls, when they bully me, so these are their virtues. And I also feel sometimes regretted, or sometimes frustrated also, that why they are doing with me all that kind of stuff. But it is their virtues, we can't help about them all. And these virtues are developed by inherently also, by the course of actions, your experiences in your life. And there are also some inborn virtues also develop in that course of action. So these are called virtues, and they can be changed also, because let me give you a historical example. When we talk about the ancient times, when you heard the name of Emperor Ashoka, I must that you all heard the name of the Emperor Ashoka. So when he fought the Kaling War, the attitude or the virtues of the emperor is suddenly changed, because he realized that what is the consequence of all of this bloodshed and all. It's this is not a feeling of good that he supposed to return to him. So his virtues, his attitude towards after the Kaling War have all changed drastically, and he changed either a new person itself. Okay, so he inhibited, or he have some kindness virtues developed in the course of action after the experience of it. So I can say that virtues can be changed, but to be changed it, you have to need a greater impact. And everybody knows that we have to touch our elders' feet and all. We have to be honest with them, we have to be honest with our work, we don't lie, we have a positive attitude towards our studies, towards whatever we are doing. So these are positive virtues. But the negative virtues are also that lying, bullying someone, cheating someone, having bad mouth someone. So these are their virtues. So virtues can be negative or positive. Okay, so in virtues, the approach is that when someone is virtueful person, so he doesn't think about the consequences, and he doesn't think about the action he take. If he is a virtuous person, he doesn't initiate anything. For example, when we talk about someone that let's take an example. There is a man, he need some medicine or drug to save his wife's life, who are in a life and death situation at the hospital, but he doesn't have the money for buy it. So he go to some medical shops, and he said also that I need money, I have to borrow with you, but now I am not having money, but I'll pay later. But the the medical shop or the person was disagree with him and shut the door. So there is two approaches for the man, that he don't he have don't go with the hand and just take his wife's life at the stake. And the second one is that he should steal the medicine. So if he is a virtuous person, he doesn't have a thought to have stealing, because if he is a virtuous person, he just go by the hand and just do whatever he can, but he doesn't have the idea of stealing if he is a virtuous person. So this is an example of virtuous person. Okay, now let me think about some more great examples. When we talk about ethics now, so it is a very dynamic subject. It is not that this thing is white, this thing is black. In ethics, all the things is gray. You have to think in a very much more perspective that you have not thought about earlier. Okay, in that course of action, when ethics is come into play, we have to take the dimensions, the role of ethics, and many many the things that have achieved or experienced in our lives, all it to be applied. So the most important dimension of applied ethics is that all the virtues, all the things, all the morals, ethics, and whatnot that we have studied, we have to apply it. And if we don't apply it, there is no way to study this subject. And so the most important dimension is applied ethics. And in applied ethics, there are also very branches. For example, there is environmental ethics, ethics in the environmental point of view, medical ethics, there is IT ethics, AI technology that is emerging nowadays, AI ethics, there is bioethics, there is biopiracy ethics, there is many dimensions of ethics. I have to look upon the book also because I'm speaking constantly. I doesn't have any content, it's just that I love the subject. Okay, so this is the thing. So yeah, feminist ethics. Oh, how can I miss this important point of view? I am a hardcore feminist. Okay, not for radical feminist that I hate boys and that, but yes, feminist ethics is very good. Now there is bioethics, there is administrative ethics, there is media ethics. So if you are aiming for any business and concern, there is ethics in business also. For example, ethics in business, what is the example of ethics in business? There is protection of the environment, protection of the rights of the workers, protection of oneself, the liability of the environment also. There is corporate social responsibility concept is also there in this business ethics. There is cyber ethics. It is very very important nowadays also, because technologies like deep fake and artificial intelligence in a negative consequence, we study these in this chapter. Application of ethics in refugee crisis and action agent theory, teleological ethics, वही मतलब means versus the ends debate. Now yes, this is it. In applied ethics, these are the branches of ethics. Now we talk about ethics in these dimensions, and I guess you all prepare these some examples for yourself also, because if engaging in what is ethics about means about you and me, then the things will be easier. Okay, so I think this is it, and this is just a random video I made, and I hope you like my video. And if you like, please comment, subscribe and share my channel as far as possible. As please share and subscribe. And if you like this, and any suggestions, any queries you have, then comment in the comment section below, and I made for the videos to improve myself. Okay, so good luck, bye bye. And in next class we done applied ethics in detail. Okay, thanks. Have a look.